Akil, in your opinion, what was the hardest part of trading to overcome in your experience? Um, it's a good question. The hardest part of trading to overcome in my experience, I would say is, man, I would say I know what I want to say. I'm trying to figure out how to say it. I would say it was the the ability not to focus on money. And if you guys know a better way of making that sound good, but it was the biggest thing for me was to not think about profits, because my entire time, I was a pretty successful stock trader, and the reason I got into forex is because I thought I could make more money quicker. That's the number one reason I got involved. I mean, don't get me wrong. I loved the markets. I loved investing, but stocks were my thing. I got to kind of, in a way, live that Wall Street type of life where I had an office and TVs and I wasn't on Wall Street, but that experience of like doing something like everyone on TV does. And it just took a long time to make money off of it, because when you're an investor, you're holding things for months and months and months, if not years. So when I went to forex, the biggest thing was that my friend told me, like, hey, you're leveraged this much. I think it was 100 to 1 at the time. That means that you can start an account with this much money and you have the potential to make this much money. And then you read on the internet, you hear all the things about, double your account in 60 days every day and all that stuff. And I'm like, man, I got this. I'm good. I did so well in the stock market with this much capital. Imagine what I can do in forex. And I went through my ups and downs, and obviously it ended up being harder than I thought. And I ended up getting to the point where it's like, hey, I need to really educate myself and put myself in the direction to succeed. But even when I took the course, right? Even when I took the course, in the back of my mind, I was still thinking, despite Jason telling me the whole time, process over outcome, learn how to be a good trader. In the back of my mind, I'm like, I got this. I can't wait to make $1 million. And my focus was through the course was what system can I learn the quickest? Because once I learn a system the quickest, I can start executing trades. Once I start executing trades, I can start making money. Once I start making money, I'll be on my way to being a millionaire. And the mistake that I made was I didn't really focus on the basics. Right? When the first system I traded was a Fibonacci failure strategy. So the thing I just showed you guys, the 3-2 retracement, this was the first thing I traded, right? So, man, I can identify, this was easy. I can do an ABCD pattern. I can do this all day, right? But guess what I never learned? I never really learned how to read a price chart. I never really learned how to read new structure highs, new structure lows, and trend or consolidation. I just mastered this. This is all I knew. I mastered this. This is the only thing I knew. And because of that, I would consistently put myself in situations where, guess what? The market wasn't even trending. I was taking trend continuation trades and we weren't even in a trending market. Right? Have you guys ever been there? How dumb is that? Obviously, at the time, I didn't know, because I didn't know. I look back and I'm like, man, you're an idiot. But at the time, I didn't know, because I didn't know how to. I could not tell you whether the market was bullish or bearish. And I'm a trend following trader. I'm someone that's supposed to be hopping on the trend. I can't even tell you if we're trending or not, because my mind was so focused on what strategy can I learn that's going to make me the most money the quickest. Yeah, and I was getting chopped the whole time. And then once I started getting chopped, guess what I started doing? I started sabotaging my plan. Instead of taking targets down here, right? I started getting scared and taking targets right here. And it was just downhill from there. So I think that was the biggest, the hardest thing for me to overcome. And it took me, again, you guys know the story about when I blew all that money quickly. It took me really blowing that money and essentially giving up on trading, saying that this isn't going to be a get rich quick scheme. it really took me doing that to focus on the basics. Because when I restarted my career, I had a base. I hate saying this because I don't believe in failure, but I had basically assumed that trading was done for me. I was running out of money. I wasn't managing money anymore, so I wasn't able to collect commissions. I didn't have enough money on my own to live off of trading. So I basically told myself that, hey, Akil, you've got probably 6 months left tops. Trading's not going to be a sole source of income for you. So let's just, whatever. So I said, whatever, I'm just going to go back to my training. I'll focus on the basics. Let's just master it to say that you didn't fail, say that you did, and not worry about the money anymore. And once I stopped worrying about the money, right, and I really focused on the process and learning how to trade the right way, amazing things started happening. Amazing things started happening once I was focused on just trading well and not trading for income or trading strictly for income. So it really took me hitting. You guys have seen the, let me see if I can bring it up for you guys. You guys have seen the picture before. It really took me, right? It really took me getting right here. Before the big extension. And that's typically where it's at, the dip. I see Danny typing. No one Danny's store. I think Danny's here too. Danny's at the point where it's like, you know what? Whatever. Life had taken over. Trading is stupid. Boom. And then you're like, I'm just going to give it one last go. Yep. Danny says that's where I'm at now. I'm going to give it one last go. And usually when you give it one last go, again, you're not, either you're so fired up that you can't fail or that you've taken all the pressure off of you that you just start doing the right things. When you do the right things, you get the right results. When you get the right results, you start believing in yourself even more. When you start believing in yourself even more, you start taking more of the right actions, right? You guys have seen it, right? Belief, actions, results. And that cycle gets stronger and stronger as you go around. Belief, action, results. Belief, action, results. Belief, action, results. Belief, action, results. All right, so yeah, that's it. That was the hardest thing for me. Process over outcome was the hardest thing for me.